Hey there guys, what's up? And welcome to the second installment of the RobaFett podcast, the Hidden Influencers podcast. That's right. So basically, if you're new to the podcast, I wanted to do something a little bit bigger than myself. I wanted to reach out and talk to other people that were on their way up the ladder into YouTube and just trying to make it. So today I have my good friend that I've known for several years, Ninja Bois, joining us today on the podcast. Ninja Bois, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm a little bit upset that I'm the second person to be on your show. I was kind of upset that I'm not the first. How dare you?
I know. I know. Yeah, I mean, because I was going to make you the third, but somebody canceled. So.
Oh, you turd. Oh,
well,
man.
Anyway, it's good to have you on, man.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. So for those of us who don't know, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your channel, what kind of content you upload, so that maybe they might want to come check you out.
All right. So basically, I am Ninja Bois, the king of bois. It's basically, my channel is, we make short films and we play video games and a little bit of vlogs here and there. Me and my friends, we will play video games for a long period of time. You know how Let's Plays goes. We put the funny moments together, try to entertain you the best way we can, while also doing some filmmaking as well, where I get all my friends together and we try to make a story that maybe action, horror, whatever, and then we choreograph it. You know how filmmaking works. That's basically what my channel is. Short films, video games, vlogs.
Yeah. So what would you say is your favorite type to make on there?
Filming. It has to be filming of short films. It's so much fun.
Yeah, so like how long are your films normally and what are they usually about?
I try to do my best to keep them real short. No longer than 20 minutes. Probably about 15 minutes is probably the highest I've done. And the reason why is because you got to make sure you got your audience attention. And so you got, like, as soon as you get your audience attention at the beginning, you have to keep that. And it's harder to do the longer the video gets. So I try my best to keep it as short as possible. But it's so much fun to film it because everyone gets to have their opportunity to spread their ideas to the video. And it helps you bond as friends as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime I've had an immense amount of fun filming something, it's usually been with a large group of friends or people that I've known really well. You just have really good memories of filming that type of stuff. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. So you mentioned something about trying to keep the video shorter, and that's definitely something that I'm always struggling with. And over the years, I feel like I've gotten a little bit better about, but it's just that cutting out the fat, cutting out the stuff in the video that doesn't need to be there.
Cutting the fat off the steak.
Well, you know me, I eat some fat on my steaks.
We big boys, we like that fat.
Yeah, some people like that, but most people don't.
I'm not
that's the catch-22. That's the catch-22, is that you got to do what most people want. You can't always do what you want to do. Well, I mean, you can. It's just, is anybody gonna watch it? You know what I mean? And that just kind of comes down to like the big question of YouTube is like, do you just want to do something for you, or do you want to do something for other people, or can you do both? You know what I mean?
A wise man once told me that if you ain't gonna watch your own video, then no one else will. You have to make it at least entertaining for you. If you got a joke that only makes you laugh once, then you shouldn't really keep it. You should try to have something that makes you laugh as you watch it over and over and over again. Because if that's entertaining for you, it will be entertaining for your audience.
Yeah, and I meant that when I told you that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're quoting. No, just kidding.
I love quoting you, man.
No, I have no clue who told him that. It's probably somebody way smarter than me. But you know, and it's always this thing, like when I'm filming a video, I'm always like, is this going over too long? I'm like, gosh, this feels like I've been filming forever. I'm really hoping I can edit it down to that point. And I'm not talking about like the YouTubers who like have like a 4-minute video, but then they want to make it 10 minutes because like the algorithm likes 10-minute videos.
They do one video of just stuff, and then the rest is Fortnite.
Like freaking, yeah, like freaking Joey Salads, you know. All right, guys. So that's the video. We're gonna fill the rest up with Fortnite ads or Fortnite gameplay.
And then gotta get the video to 10 minutes. With a bunch of Fortnite dances.
Or memes. Even worse, at least Joey Salads is having you watch gameplay. Like some people just have their outro go for like 4 minutes.
My friends tell me my old intro's too long, so I've been trying to shorten it.
Oh my god, dude. My intro for my first videos is horrendous. I actually think I went back on one of them like way back in the day when I used like YouTube editor, which freaking sucks.
Yeah, but, oh my goodness, that YouTube editor sucks.
I mean, all it's there for is to just cut certain parts out of your video. There's nothing else you can do with it, and it's not even good at that.
No, it's not. And then you try to my experience with YouTube, was it YouTube Capture that you used? Is that,
dude? It's so long ago, but it's so long ago, but I'm sure that's what it was.
I think that's what the name of it was. But basically, every time you can only cut it a certain amount of times, and then when you would try to save the clip or something like that, because I used my iPad for a bit, it would take up way more memory than the video was actually supposed to be, and it would cut out even the music I would add. It was terrible.
Yeah, and they were trying to act like, oh, you don't need iMovie or whatever, when you're first starting out. That's usually what everybody uses is iMovie, or I can't think of the one on Windows, Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
They're like, you can use this. No, it's trash. You cannot use it YouTube. And what's funny is I'm pretty sure they still have not really updated it to this day. It is still god awful. I mean, I feel like its biggest function is if you get a copyright claim on your video, they're like, well, you can use it to cut something out of your video that you've already uploaded. Like I said, it's even terrible at that.
What I can do for my videos is I am poor, so I have to use things like iMovie. But I have a computer and I have a PlayStation, so I have this big long process to do videos that seems complicated, but it's super easy.
Right.
So, do you want me to explain, or do you think it's gonna be kind of boring?
Hey, dude, that's why you're here, man. That's why you're here.
Okay, so
to bore people.
I record gameplay on my PlayStation. I take a flash drive and I take the video after editing on Share Factory, and with Share Factory you can put words and stuff up that are really funny. And you can take the video that you after get done editing on the flash drive, plug it up to your computer, and then hook up your phone or iPad to the computer, move the video to your iPad, edit it with iMovie, and then put it back on your computer, get a thumbnail, and then upload it.
That sounds horrible. That
sounds like life.
Yeah. It's you're freaking duct taping your video together. That's what I used to do. I remember before I even had a computer, I think I've mentioned this before, but so JonTron's what made me want to start being a YouTuber. Me and my friend watching JonTron, and I was like, this is something I could do. I was like, I really liked the way he made his videos and everything. Had no idea how much he actually had to put into them, but on my phone I got an editing thing, and I remember I made some video of me on the toilet or something like that, and I was like, it never got uploaded, but I was
I want you to upload it. Now you have to.
I doubt I still have it, dude. I don't think I do, but yeah. So I was like, I edited it together. I was like, wow, it's a masterpiece. So I was like, I can make a YouTube channel on my phone. No. Those videos, oh my god, it's just editing on your phone is so terrible. And what's funny is the editing app came with music for you to use in your videos, right? The video I used the music in got copyright claimed. I was like, what?
Dude, the music on Share Factory that's supposed to be YouTube friendly, I got a copyright strike for using it.
Oh my gosh. It's just like all those people that are playing Apex Legends right now, and there's like a ton of people like, or not, I don't think it's people, it's like I guess the games was also classified as the soundtracks, and how like a ton of people that play Apex Legends and have the music on are getting copyright claimed as well.
Or like when you're trying to play Star Wars or anything like that. Okay, for Star Wars I can get. But for Apex, I'm not sure. I mean, I've seen a lot of... Oh, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I mean, I was just gonna say, that's an interesting next topic to get into, is just the freaking copyright claims. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they've been bad in the past, but I feel like they are worse now than they have ever been.
Have you watched Pew News? Have you watched Gloria Borga?
Yeah, I see all them talking about it, but I've just noticed it myself.
Oh, really?
Like it wasn't something that I needed them to tell me about, because it happens all the time. There will be claims that I'll get for things that aren't even in my video, or there will be claims that I get of something that is clearly fair use, you know, and I always fight it now, because in the past you couldn't fight it. You would get a strike on your account. Usually what happens now is they're not copyright strikes. Copyright strikes are bad. They do claims. So basically someone comes in and says, hey, we're going to take all the money from this video, which my videos don't even make money right now. But if they did, or when they do in the future, which is what I'm planning for, then they would be like, okay, so you can use that in the video, but it's going to be ours. And
all the money is ours. You can't have anything.
Yeah, you can't have it. And
all the money from that weird flowing guy from the episode 1 from Star Wars. All the money.
What are you talking about?
Like that little flying thing that had Anakin prisoner.
Oh, wow.
Episode 1. Yeah, all the money.
No parts, no money, no deal.
Yeah.
No one else has it. I can tell you that. What, you think you're a Jedi or something? I don't know why he turned into Arnold Schwarzenegger halfway through my that. My that. Look at what you're doing. You're completely derailing. I don't even know. What was I?
Copyright. We're going back on copyright. So let me ask you something.
Sure.
Have you ever been copyright striked for singing the song? Because apparently you can get copyright strike.
Just remember what you're saying. Like copyright strike and claim is two different things. I have never gotten a copyright strike.
Okay, claim.
Yeah.
For singing a song.
So, yes,
really?
I did. Actually, it was at the end of my knockoff video, where I look at all the knockoff things. I sing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Cronkmas," and they copyright claimed that.
What?
They're like, yeah, even though it's a parody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, that's "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." I was like, no, it's "Have Yourself a Merry Little Cronkmas."
Yeah, it's mine now. You shut up.
Yeah. What's funny is when I did that horrible parody of Starboy back in the day, I didn't get a claim for that. So it's just, I think it just depends, you know what I mean? And the thing is that it's not like you upload the video and you didn't get one, you're good. Like they can come for you at any time. Like they can just like bide their time.
They got like a bunch of people just watching with binoculars, just ready for you to screw up so they can go, mine.
Well, actually, you can tell that because it'll say whether it's been manually claimed or not. I don't really think anything that I've ever done has been manually claimed. Like, they gun for people with that stuff. But it's just like the algorithm picks up on your thing one day. And it's like, oh, that's mine. You know, it's like freaking Stingy from Lazy Town. That's mine. These videos are mine. Everything's mine. And that's just what they do. I mean, it just feels like it's happening more and more now. Especially since I've come back to YouTube.
Right.
I mean, because that happened to you, right? Like it was like a Dude Perfect video or something.
I was just about to talk about that. Yeah. So I was gonna do a reaction to the New Year Dude Perfect thing. I had the thing filmed. I had to edit it. I was ready to upload it. I had my friend do a thumbnail for me. Posted it. Shared it on Facebook. And then they deleted it. And I was like, what happened? And so I looked down, and it like the company that helps Dude Perfect, which is Whistle Sports or something like that. It said,
right.
It was like, this video has been taken down due to copyright, yada, yada, yada. This company is doing that. So, like, I think they went in there, found me, and then, boom, got rid of me. I did not know
channels like Dude Perfect and like that guy I did a video on, King Nix, and Joey Salads, all those guys, they have networks that kind of watch out for them. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like with King Nix, when he came after my video, or his company, because I don't want to say he did it specifically.
Right.
Not that I have like a whole bunch of love for the guy or anything, but I don't want to say he did something he didn't do. So, you know, I got hit by his company or whatever, and I fought it, and they actually backed off. They actually let me have the video because because I was like, it's fair use and all this stuff. I just laid it all out for them. I did the same thing with Joey Salads. He claimed like his company claimed my video. Like, it's funny. It says this. It's like, after reviewing your dispute, the copyright holder has decided that yes, the video is still theirs, so it's still valid, and it's just like, that's why it's so broken, because YouTube, and I understand why, but they have like they're so hands off with it, because they sort of have to be, but they're so hands off with it that it's up to the person, it's up to the company that claimed your video whether you get to keep your video or not. What do you think they're gonna say? I was surprised the King Nix company backed off.
It's basically the big companies that have all the money and all the power versus us. It's kind of like fighting the Hulk versus Howard the Duck. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, because Howard the Duck would win, hands down.
Exactly. We're the underdog. We're Howard the Duck. Yeah, we can fight back.
Yeah, no, we're the Hulk. Okay, they're Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
because Howard the Duck. It's like Howard the Duck got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Exactly. I want to see that.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going with it either. I'm just trying to play it off.
It's like Miss Piggy got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh crap!
That would be tight.
That would be tight.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically, you know, I mean, that stuff, it seems like it's getting worse and worse, and I'm just waiting for them to just claim every video on YouTube eventually. They're just gonna be like, everything's ours.
Well, let me think.
Because why not?
Like this, like the human race is a very adaptive species. As soon as something gets almost impossible, human race will adapt and will find a new way to get around it. So there will be a way. Or basically there'll be a time where YouTube will literally, the YouTube videos that are up will not have any music, will not have any sort of copyright stuff or anything at all. It would just be maybe like even a vlog, because it could even get to the point where you could get copyrighted for just playing a video game. You know.
But isn't that terrible?
It is terrible. But that is where we're going.
I mean, that's gonna kill YouTube. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna kill. Like no one's gonna want to watch that. No one's gonna want to watch. I mean, because, and that's what's funny is it's going backwards. Like, because I remember back in the day when you couldn't play video games or you would get copyright claimed.
Right.
So, and you know what? I mean, I think a lot of these companies do understand that it's free advertisement for them.
Right.
But for the ones that don't, it just really, really sucks.
To me, I'm thinking if you push the advertising too much, then it's going to basically backfire in their face to the point where YouTube will be an unadvertisable barren wasteland where it's just nothing but the late night show and Will Smith.
Yeah, as the genie.
Yeah, and they're like, you're kind of like, what happened to YouTube, my loving website? And then someone else is going to make a website where, you know, just like YouTube. Who knows, you know? Who knows what the world's going to bring in
I bet Jablinski Games could still play games.
Yeah, he finally uploaded his first gaming video, and I love it.
Yeah, I think I had that in my trending video, and I was kind of hating on Fortnite at that point. So when I saw he was playing Fortnite, like in the video, I kind of lost it.
Did you actually watch the whole entire video? He actually wasn't even playing Fortnite.
No, I was just goofing on. No, he wasn't?
No,
How
he
does the
wasn't.
video end?
That was just him. He had green screen underneath his neck and right next to him and just said, I'm not actually playing a game. I'm just really good at special effects. His editing thing that helps him record gameplay was not even working.
Yes! I take back everything I said, Jack Black.
Yeah!
Dude, you are
I
the
forgave
man.
you, Jack Black!
Yes.
I'm his lawyer.
No, I was just goofing on him. I really don't care. And I don't care if you play Fortnite or whatever.
I love Jack Black, though.
Most of what I do on the channel is just a goof. So, yeah, I noticed that on your channel you do a lot of like trailer reviews and stuff too. And when I did that, I felt like almost all of those would get claimed. Like if I like was reacting to a movie trailer or something. I think the only one that didn't was like Thor Ragnarok for some reason.
Wow.
Yeah, but all the other ones I did, you know, like Blade Runner, got claimed.
I actually watched your Ragnarok video, and I was in school, and it made me laugh because your friend went, "We're on the moon," and you went, "No." that part made me laugh so much. I just had that on repeat.
That was when Caleb was. That's funny because I don't even know what you're talking about. I have to go back and watch it. That's when Caleb was here visiting. It's always fun to have him in the videos.
Yeah, it's always fun to have your friends in the videos. That's what I love about YouTube itself. Because we were talking about a whole bunch of bad stuff that's going on with YouTube. I kind of want to think about all the good stuff, like the opportunities to do stuff with your friends, the memories that you're making, and then like even when we get like old, like in our 50s. We can still look back and go, yeah, we did that. That was fun.
Yeah, if, you know, it's not like the robot apocalypse by then, and YouTube is still up and hasn't deleted my channel.
I actually have been playing the Tom Clancy Division 2 game, and, like, literally, the beginning trailer literally said the internet was shut down. And so, YouTube has been completely destroyed in Division 2, and we are, like, me and Chandler and Jonathan, we're trying to, like, fight back to bring the internet, the internet back.
We're gonna have to do that someday. We're gonna have to fight to bring YouTube back. But anyway, like you were saying, that's kind of how I've looked at my videos for a long time. That's why, you know, if anybody ever says to me, you know, RobaFett, your old videos suck, dude, I know they do. I know, and it's, you know, there's a lot of them are rough to watch. But at the same time, I have a lot of fond memories. I can think of what was going on at those times when I was filming it, you know, and even if they are utter crap, you know, and, you know, I know there's a lot of channels that get big and they delete their old stuff, but I don't think I ever am because a lot of it for me, yeah, I mean, because there always has been that temptation there because I have changed my brand so much. I have switched my content over so much that I'm like, you know, I don't want somebody to watch an old video and get confused about the kind of videos they make. But at the same time, those are special to me and they are something that I can go and, like you said, look back on almost like a photo album.
Like, think about like the first video we ever been together.
I put so many hours into it, you know, why would I delete them?
Yeah.
So
like the memories we shared of like our YouTube channels, like we met together in like a fanboy expo, and like the first video that you had of me, I just been watching your channel ever since, and we've been kind of been YouTube buddies ever since. It's just because that we were at the same place at the same time, we were both, you know, sharing the same interests. That was what started our friendship. And what's even crazier about it is because we filmed it, we can go back and go, that's when we became friends. That is a great memory.
Yeah, that is cool. That is really cool because I remember that. I remember, like, I think the first time I saw you, you were like eating in the cafeteria or something.
Yeah, my friend Brady was eating nachos and you were like, how are the nachos? I'm like, they're great. And I wasn't even eating them. I wasn't even eating them.
What were you dressed up as? What were you dressed up as when?
I was dressed up as my ninja character, as holding a lightsaber. So I was trying to be like a Jedi. But
yeah,
like no one even knew what I was. They were like, are you a ninja or a Jedi? I'm like, both.
Yeah, I don't think even most people know that. Like in the background of my videos, I still have my my Ninja Turtles thing it's signed by Michael Sisti and Robert Palma, who both played Michelangelo in the live action movie. And then I've got my picture with Tara Reid from you know, Sharknado.
What's even crazier about it is if you go into my video, the Fanboy Expo, but when we first met, before me and you even got the chance to introduce ourselves, you actually walked past me at one point, and I actually went back and actually like seen you walking past me with your big red coat and everything. I was like, huh, look at that, there he is.
Yeah, I got my now my wife, I got Heaven to come with me, but she like refused to show her face. So like, because I got her a Captain America jacket to wear with my Iron Man jacket.
Yeah, I saw that. That was so cool.
Yeah, so she was just like wearing a hood every time I had her in the shot. I was like,
my girlfriend's the same way. What's even crazier about like the idea of us making memories, when the Fanboy Expo that you actually didn't show up, I met another guy called Batman 1999, and I've been friends with him for a long time, and he's also a YouTube buddy, you know?
Wow.
And like what's even crazier about it was we didn't even see each other in the face when we actually were at the Fanboy Expo together. He just had a video, and I just watched his and commented on it, and we just started becoming friends. And then just last year, we actually got to meet in person for the very first time. He was dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow. I was dressed up as my ninja character. Michael, Brady, and so many other of my friends were there. And it was such a cool experience because we never even seen each other face to face, and now here we are making videos together. You know?
Yeah, I mean, actually, someone who's been watching me a long time, his name's Super Mario Artist.
Yeah, I've seen him.
So actually, yeah, he's actually listening to the podcast. So, hey, what up, dude?
Hey, what up, dude?
If you're listening to this one, so apparently, I don't think I've ever met him, but he saw both my videos of FanboyCon. He was there. So that's how I know him as well.
Videos. I think he's actually posted
his videos. Well, the last time I was on his channel, he had some old uploads up. You know what I mean? So that, and you know, that could actually be something that we could talk about next. Is just when you kind of fall off, because that happens to me all the time. And I'm sorry, Super Mario, I don't know if you've uploaded anything recently. In fact, I think I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check on your channel after this podcast and see what's up. But,
I'm gonna quickly pull him up.
Well, for some people, they just try it for a minute for fun. For other people, it is just for fun or just a little bit of hobby. For some people, they do take it seriously. But there always seems to be a point, you know, where consistency becomes a problem and you kind of fall off. And that's happened to my channel several times. Like, so many times.
School, college, or something gets in the way. You know, life will get in front of your hobby, and you really like that hobby.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like, you know, when I was ever first starting YouTube, my first idea of it was just to do it for fun. And when I filmed the first ever Dimension Jumper episode, my idea for it was not to make a story like I do now. It was just to have a video with all my friends. You know, I set a goal for myself. Can I make a video where all my friends are in it? And I did it. Gosh darn it, I did it. And it was a pain in the butt to do, but I did it. And that's an accomplishment that's going to be with me forever. But when I did that, it came to me that I could be a YouTuber if I continue on this path. And my friends were willing to help me out with that. So what just kept motivating me to keep going was my friends. Really. So like, most people, they have their, like, you know, they want to kind of do something different in their life, or they want to stay on the channel because they think they can have a shot on the website. And either way, whatever you choose, away from YouTube or with YouTube, is fine. You do you.
Yeah, and like you were saying, you know, just to say something nice about the platform, you know, something that you can't say about a lot of other things is it's free.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, no matter at the end of the day what you want to say, it's free to do, dude. It's free to do. Like where else can you do this? Where else can you know, people want to sit there and complain about YouTube all day, you know, about, oh, this and that, you know what I mean? Oh, YouTube's doing this wrong. YouTube's doing that wrong. But where else can you do this? You know what I mean? And I know it's frustrating when they're trying to, it seems like they're trying to become the next, you know, TV channel or something like that, you know what I mean? Which I do get that vibe from them sometimes, but at the same time, you know, you could still upload pretty much whatever you want.
Upload. Nothing has.
Might not be able to be monetized, but you can
freedom.
upload it. Yeah, you can totally upload it. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I think what people are scared about with the whole idea of YouTube becoming the next television is the fact that they might lose that freedom. You know, that the fact that they won't be able to put their own ideas on this site. And I think that frightens them, because if the companies take it over, just like, you know, in Hollywood, not all ideas make it to Hollywood. And when those ideas don't make it to Hollywood, where do they go? YouTube. If that people are going to be scared that if the companies take over YouTube, that they won't have anywhere else to go. And there's a lot of people that have that fear. I've met a lot of people that have actually told me about that. And I try to ensure them that's not going to happen. But I don't know. You never know what the world might bring in the future.
Yeah, and you know, if that ever did happen, if YouTube, which I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, if at all, but if that ever did happen, that would be when another website would be able to kind of swoop in. It would happen because, you know, the reason YouTube is popular, whether YouTube wants to admit this or not, is because it's something you can't watch anywhere else. It's because of, like, I just found this random video of these two people just like fighting with lightsabers. It's like the funniest thing right now. It's like my favorite thing ever. I'll have to send it to you after this. It's so funny. But
it's funnier than it's raining chicken nuggets.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Frankie McDonald got me good the first time I watched that, dude. I'm Frankie McDonald. I follow Frankie. I follow good old Frankie on Instagram. He's posting weather updates. He's like, all right, everybody, it's big storms are coming to Iowa, to New York. I'm serious. He does this all the time.
Oh man, I gotta do that now. That's great.
And not only that, he's got his own action figure line, I'm pretty sure.
What?
I saw him reviewing his own action figure. He's like,
This
this is the Frankie
an
McDonald action figure. Me too. But you're not Frankie McDonald, so, you know. you got to be Frankie McDonald if you want to have your own action figure.
I eat McDonald's more than any man alive, probably not. But that'd be my slogan. I can't speak.
See, this is why we need to stop T-Series, because we don't have our own freaking action figures of ourselves.
We're just going to add a T-Series to this. This is our great conquest against T-Series.
Honestly, dude, and I think I might get a lot of flack for saying this, but first off, I think Felix is ready for Q-Series to pass.
Oh, he
it
definitely
doesn't seem
is.
like
He
it's
said
ever going to happen.
times that he's ready. He's expected to pass.
Well, not only that, he's filmed it. It's going to be a sad day. Here's why it's going to be a sad day when it does happen, is because that's kind of the day where, like, the biggest channel on YouTube isn't a content creator anymore. It's a freaking, like, corporate overlord, you know? But, like, at the same time, it's gonna happen, and, like, it's kind of getting to the point where it's exhausting. It's like every time it looks like they're about to pass, it's just like, oh, it's still going. It's like the end of, like, the Lord of the Rings 3, where, like, I thought it was gonna end like 5 times.
Yeah.
And it just kept going, you know, and I was just like, it's still going.
Oh no, T-Series has passed PewDiePie. Quick, make 100 fake accounts right now. Go.
He's got to just have, like, that army, you know what I mean? Either that or, like, you know, like 1 million more freaking soccer moms that didn't, you know, subscribe to him.
Soccer moms.
Or made to subscribe. I made my parents subscribe to him. So I did it on both my accounts, because I have RobaFett and then I have my Rutherford normal account, which I never use. But I was like, I just subscribed to both of those. I did my
subscribe to my channel on both those accounts.
If you haven't subscribed to PewDiePie yet, you should. But I just think it's coming to a close, man. And he's already filmed an epic video apparently for when they do pass him. You know what I mean?
He's prepared for the losing battle. And what I think is crazy about it is the memes. The memes is what saves people. Have you noticed that? Like, with the "We Are Number One" meme to the PewDiePie meme. It's just kind of like, these two examples are just how powerful memes can be. Yeah, like,
it's all about the memes, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, my whole channel is based off of memes.
And I think what's even crazier about it is you can't control it either. Like, if you try to control it and turn it into something like a business, you will get the humongous backlash. Like, I'll give you a big example. YouTube Rewind. They tried to control memes. They tried to control trends. And it just backfired because they did it completely wrong.
Honestly, dude, I think it's bigger than that.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, they were, it was almost like watching like you know those videos you have to watch when you get hired somewhere about like sexual harassment and stuff. You know what I mean? Like those horrible reenactments. You know, where they're like,
John Tron actually did a video about that, about those safety videos.
You know, yeah, it's just like those. You know what I mean? Like I remember when I got hired onto Target, they just had some horrendous ones. You know? Oh, and for the place I work at now, they had one from the '90s called "Is It Me?" And like every 5 minutes in the video, they're like, you have to ask yourself, is it me? And then they had the Spanish version, soy yo. They're like, soy yo. But that's what it reminded me of. It's just like, I mean, I guess you're right, because they're trying to overly script things and be like, this is funny. This is so great. Oh, yeah. K-pop.
I'm so proud of this community.
Yeah, for all the strides that we've made, honestly. And not only that, but I feel like they don't even know what they're talking about.
No, they don't.
What are you talking about?
And that's the best part, because they don't freaking know what they're talking about.
They're like, it sounds good. It sounds nice. Let's do that.
The PR team wrote it down. Their PR team wrote it down, and they're like, yeah, that sounds good. They don't even read it. They're just like, all right, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't know.
You don't know.
No. Nobody knows.
No. And like what I love about YouTube is that the memes itself is what I think is what's pushing back against all these corporations and big businesses. And I think that's why I think YouTube will never truly die, because the community that is YouTube, that's us, is going to fight back by the memes. The memes will fight back for us, which is ridiculous.
Either that or it's going to be TuTube.
But it's so true.
There's going to be TuTube. If there's no more YouTube. Yeah.
The adpocalypse will happen, the 4th one or the 6,000th one, and we'll just fight back with memes.
Yeah, I also want to apologize to everybody. I keep calling Adpocalypse 2.0 Adpocalypse 3 for some reason. For some reason, I think there's been 3 Adpocalypses so far. I think I'm just getting ahead of myself. So yes, for every time I've said that, I am sorry. So it is Adpocalypse 2. Gosh, man, I really just... I really wish that guy knew what he did there.
Oh, he definitely knew what he did. I've seen that stuff. It ticks me off because he knew what he was getting himself into. He just didn't give a rip.
Well, my biggest thing with it was that he wanted to talk about how the comments on a video mean that a video shouldn't have ads on it, when that has nothing to do with anything. And I don't actually think I said this in the video I made on it, but it's something I want to say now, is that what in the world does ads on a video have to do with the nasty people that comment on it?
I mean, think about it like this. If you're a content creator, how the crap are you going to control 1 million people and their own opinions? This is not
for real
dictatorship, especially on the internet. You can't control or delete every bad comment. That's impossible.
But put that on someone, that's just like torture. What we were saying with YouTube Rewind. Like that's what they're like. They're just trying to control everything and contain everything, and like, you know, just make everything like, oh, it's safe. ASMR, guys, safe.
Come on, guys. I'm so proud creepy of this community.
Too. But well, speaking of comments, this is something I asked in the last one. I think I'm going to try to ask this of everybody. What are the meanest comments that you've gotten? God, are you already thinking about it?
Oh, I've got several.
Oh no.
Okay. This one makes me laugh so much. So during the Vader fan film, someone like posted in a comment where I was reading the beginning part that popped up, like those, you know how Star Wars had these little words that pop up every once in a while?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not very good at reading. I'm not afraid to admit that. I cannot read and write like everyone else can. I have a learning disability. So when I was trying to read, I said some stuff wrong. Of course I did. That's just who I am. And so the lady responded to the comments what I said wrong and said, that's not what you said. You need some books in your life.
You need some books in your life.
You need some books in your... And it made me laugh because I'm just thinking that this person is standing above me, smacking me with books, going, you need some books in your life! How dare you say that word wrong?
You don't have any books in your life. She threw the book at you, man.
Yeah!
You need some books in your life. You really do, okay? For real.
I do have a book in my life. It's the Bible.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool thing that we could talk about here in a second too.
Yeah.
Was there any other mean comments you got? That kind of stand out. I mean, we all get them, but
my friend Jonathan called me fat.
That doesn't count. Plus, you are fat.
Oh well, I mean, you're pretty jerk about it. I think another comment that I got, which was oddly weird to me, was. I think it was on a random review video I did a long time ago, but they just said to me that it was I think I deleted the comment because it was so vulgar, but it literally had nothing to do with the video or anything. I think what was it? But I have this thing that like catches every time they say like the F-bomb or something like that, so it puts it in my spam folder so it doesn't pop up on the comments list. So I try to keep my channel as clean as possible. So like this person is just cussing at me for a review that had nothing to do with what he was talking about, and it confused me because I even texted in response to him. I said, "Sir, are you sure you're on the right video?"
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta think that like you have no clue who is on the other side of that sometimes. Yeah. Most of the time, because like the best comments come with no avatar.
Do you know what like the best response though to negative comments that I recently figured out?
What?
When you're like playing with people and like you ever have you probably never had this moment. I do because I troll people a lot. When you're playing video games and you troll someone and they send you a bunch of like hateful comments, or if they do some stuff like that on YouTube, if you just respond with LOL, they have nothing left to say.
I usually just leave them with a Papa Bless.
Huh?
I just say Papa Bless. Papa Bless.
Papa Bless.
Papa bless you.
Papa bless you.
Yeah, it's like an inside joke from H3H3. But you know, I just kind of like to say, you know, God bless you. God bless you, dude. God bless your little heart. But I mean, not only that, it's just everybody's got their own opinion, you know what I mean? So who am I to, you know, they want to come and say what they want to say. That's why I used to kind of have filters back in the day on my content section, but I'm just like,
yeah,
if somebody feels like they need to come down there and say something to it, they could come down there and say it, you know? If they feel like they need to hit the dislike button, hit the dislike button. I mean, that's just...
You remember when that person that came on your podcast on the first time, he said that he had a video where or a comment that he was talking about like the audio was unsynced or something like that?
Yeah.
I got the same comment on the Vader fan film reaction, and it wasn't actually, the video was not, you know, lagging at all, but my reaction was lagging. And the reason why is because my brain is watching a video that I think is really cool, and I forget I'm filming. And so my reactions are a bit late.
Yeah, right.
And I explained that to him. He just did not believe me. I don't know why he didn't believe me.
What are you going to do with a person like that? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I had a person come on my video and was like, hey, your audio is too quiet. And like, I was like, I listened to it on 3 different devices. I was like, dude, it's fine. Are you sure that you have the volume turned up all the way on YouTube?
You just respond to that person, turn your phone up.
Well, it's not even that. It's like there's volume on the, like if you're watching a computer or something, there's volume. There's a volume slider on YouTube. So I was like, dude, are you sure? And he never messaged me back. So I felt like if he had something to say about that, he would have came back at me with like.
I've seen this on the news. It's like that one lady who was giving the police a complaint about their neighbors making a loud racket, disturbing the peace, and the police show up to quiet them down, and they're super quiet, and so no one is making any noise, but she's still saying that these people are making a lot of racket, and then the police go into her house. It's just her radio. She has her radio turned up too loud, and she thinks it's her neighbors. That's what I was thinking when you told me that.
Yeah. So that person could be in your comment section. It could be anybody, and that's why if anybody is like, hey, you take a personal where, no, not really, because I don't know anything about them. I don't even know the context. That's the horrible thing about text, about comments. That you're not actually verbally hearing, is the context could be a million different ways. There's like that Rent and Link video where they're like saying the text a million different ways, and it's like, oh, does he mean this? Does he mean that? And that's just how it could be,
Yeah.
Like, so that's just another reason why I just try not to feed into it too much.
Oh yeah, like, so you can't change how people think, and you shouldn't let it change the way you think.
Well, unless it's a good point,
Unless it's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm always open to ideas. I'm always open to criticism, and I'm always trying to grow and be better than I was the next day. Learn something new. You know what I mean? Every day. So
yeah, I went on Weight Watchers when Jonathan called me fat.
Well, it didn't work, Ninja Boy. So you need to get back on that.
I love how we started this podcast talking
scam.
about being fat, and now we come full circle of talking about us being fat again.
I'm fat, dude. I might not look it, but I've got some interesting areas on me. So I've lost some weight though. I quit drinking soda pops. I quit drink colas. That's my new favorite word for them. I stopped drinking colas.
Colas.
Yeah. So yeah, I stopped drinking those colas, and I did lose around like 15 pounds just from that. So that's crazy. And something that some people might not know about me is I do like to go to the gym. So that definitely helps. But like, my diet is up and down right now. It's just awful. One day I'm like, I'm gonna eat healthy food. The next day I'm like, I'm ordering a pizza.
My diet never changes the day I was born. Chicken, 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 chicken.
Well, have you tried chicken? Because it might change your life.
Man,
well, there you go. What are you doing?
I don't know,
so you brought up the Bible a second ago, which is an interesting topic because it's something that a lot of people might not know about me. But so I am a Christian. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I don't make it like overly prevalent in my videos or anything, but that's definitely something that I believe, because at the end of the day, my videos are mostly for entertainment. So I always have thought of a way of like, well, is there like a subtle way I could kind of bring that over? So, that's always something I've been thinking about trying to maybe implement. But it definitely does come into play when I'm filming videos, because in one respect, I don't want to put any constraints on anybody or anything. I'm a big proponent in that. I don't want to, censor people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then, of course, there's the YouTube guidelines to take into consideration. Like, if I ever want to make money on this video someday, maybe, I need to cut out if like someone's cussing in a video, or if, someone just flat out walks out naked, because that freaking happens on YouTube. They don't catch everything. So it's definitely a very interesting thing to do, and it's also definitely not a very, I don't feel like it's a very popular viewpoint to have here on the platform, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody, if you want to believe a certain thing, you know what I mean, and that's what you want to believe, and that's for you, then that's fine. I'm not coming over, I'm not judging you, and I'm not pushing my viewpoints on you. You know what I mean?
We're not
I feel the same
Bible
way for
bash
me.
you, and if you don't believe in what we believe, we hate you. We're not going to be like that.
Well, the tough thing is that there's people out there like that.
There are.
And so
yes,
a lot of people, so a lot of people have a bad experience with someone like that, and it kind of carries over. Or if you're just watching TV, like it's like the biggest pet peeve with me. Anytime there's a Christian character in anything, they're always crazy, or like ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like this
They're
caricature
radicals,
of
yeah.
a person. You know what I mean? That's just like that doesn't really represent me. I mean, there and whenever I see people like that, especially in real life, I have to facepalm. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Have you ever heard of this dude Jim Baker?
It sounds familiar.
All right, so he thinks that the end of the world is coming up soon, and God keeps sending him messages that you need to stock up on food, like dry stock food and stuff like that. So he has these humongous buckets of food. Actually, Good Mythical Morning did an episode where they were eating the food out of his buckets, and this really talented guy named Jim Berger has done really great edits over his videos. I'm gonna have to send you some of those because they're freaking hilarious of him. Like he'll freaking like come out on stage and just be real creepy and stare people down, and they'll like bring like the food out like of the buckets and like dump it into these larger buckets and eat it out of the buckets. It's just the weirdest show I've ever seen. And I'm just like, when people think of Christians, I don't want that to be what they think about.
No,
it's just like
the idea of being a Christian is like, if you are a Christian, and a lot of us Christian viewers, if you guys are watching this, you'll understand this. Our job as Christians is to be Christ-like. Our job is to be just like Christ. When people look at us, they should see Jesus Christ. And so Jesus never judged anybody. He was the friend of sinners. He was the guy who was always, helpful and supportive and did what he can to serve people. He didn't want to be served. He's the one that served people. And so when you put your flesh first and you start like being selfish, judgmental, and all that stuff, the Bible talks about how that's a bad thing to do. But we as humans ignore that. And I think that's what happens a lot of times, is we do that too much. And that's all the people see as Christians. They know what we're against, but they don't understand what we're for.
Yeah, and another thing is that like I'll have friends at work, and if they know I'm a Christian, they'll be like, they'll just be like, oh, like shit, man, or something like that. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, sorry, Robert, I didn't mean to cuss. And I'm like, why? Why do you feel bad that you cussed in front of me?
Because they're trying to be, I guess what they're trying to do is they don't want to seem like the bad crowd, because we've been raised kind of our whole life to be a certain way. And when, you're not going to go out to,
well, not all of us, because I want to include the viewership. Some people find,
oh yeah, I got you.
And it's not always Christianity, but some people find religion in different points in their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like me too. Like I was brought up in the church and all that, but definitely, I want those people to feel included as well.
I understand, and there's an inclusion and a unity in believing in Christianity, but there is a way when you're like looking at your friends. Like I've had friends like that like apologize to me when they cuss around me. To me, I see that as like a way to, because the way we it's the Christian belief. If you are a viewer and you don't know this or not, our Christian beliefs are not a set of rules like a lot of people say they are. When Jesus died on the cross, he freed us from that, book of rules. But we do want to do our best to be like what I said before, to live and act like Jesus Christ. And so we become the best person that we can. We act better. We are respectful. We don't curse, because if Jesus wouldn't do that, we're not going to do that. And so
yeah,
I guess
I think that's what I was kind of trying to get at.
Offending us.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to get at, is that, people view it as, my beliefs need to be pushed onto them. You know what I mean? Yeah. When they're around me, you know what I mean? And that's just not true. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'll be around friends sometimes and they're drinking or whatever, and that's not really something that I do a whole lot or pretty much at all. So, right. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
dude, if you want to drink, drink. If you want to cuss, cuss. If you want to do what you want to do, then do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And it's totally different things here. Because what people I think get confused about is that when a Christian's holding another Christian accountable, because at that point, you know, it's like you believe what I believe. So at that point, yeah, I do need to we do need to kind of try and keep each other accountable. But if you don't believe what I believe, then
I
why?
want my friends
I'm not
to always
gonna
hold me accountable if I ever screw up. If I screw up to the point where I'm going up against what I believe in, I want them to set me straight. And I would do that for them because that's how much me and my friends love each other. You know? It's not
and that's not just a Christian thing. That's a human thing. That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It should just keep things in check, you know what I mean? It's just like if Jake Paul decides to freaking start a fire in a swimming pool and burn down freaking LA, guess what? There's gonna be people on YouTube making videos on him and being like, dude, Jake Paul, what are you doing? Why are you trying to burn down freaking all of California? Stop it. You know what I mean? And that's the same, that's the same principle. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just want you to know that, you know, if you're not a Christian, I'm not going to come after you for saying things or doing certain things on that level. I think, I think somebody who's really good about separating what they believe with what they do, or in his other arguments, is Ben Shapiro. I don't know if you know who he is.
He's familiar.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. And he's got a show on YouTube. If you ever get a chance to watch it, called The Daily Wire. And he does a really good job of walking that tightrope and kind of, you know, saying, yes, I do believe in God. But I'm not going to hold other people to that standard, because to them it would be ridiculous for me to do that, because they don't even believe in the God I believe in.
Right.
When you do believe in the God I believe in, that's when I feel like it's going to be more productive for me to be like, you know, well, you maybe shouldn't do that. But when you don't, and that's the big thing with Christianity is as a lot of people, I see that those coexist things on the back of cars and things, which I'm sure that they all mean well, but it's like Christianity's it's like the one religion where like they can't all coexist, because, you know, Jesus says that he is the only God. That God is the only God. There is no other gods. There is no other way to heaven but through him. So I think that's something that is makes it tough for them to be like, you know, oh, you know, all these religions can be together, when it's really not the case.
No, it's not the case at all. And like, what really makes me upset is the whole bumper sticker thing. Like, you can do that if you guys are watching. You guys can do that. You can wear the t-shirts and stuff like that if you want to. But to me, personally, I don't really consider doing that often, because to me, it makes me feel bad, because I don't want to have my belief as a brand. I want it to be my way of life, not just to wear it as a sticker or wear it as a t-shirt, you know? Because that shouldn't define me. It should be the way I act. You should see it through me. You shouldn't have to like look at a t-shirt and go, yeah, he's a Christian.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people will. It goes the other way too. A lot of people will wear like, you know, like a shirt with Jesus on it or something, and then think that they've done their duty for the day. And that's just not.
My good day, I'm done. You know.
And another thing I just wanted to bring up real quick is just like, you know, if somebody watches my content, and offensive things happen in it, I just want people to understand that the world's an offensive place. You know what I mean?
It is.
There's all kinds of things, and I'm just reacting to things in the video. So, you know, I don't want people to come on my channel and just think that it's going to be a place where you're not going to see anything offensive or anything, because you definitely will. You know what I mean? But just know that at my core, at my beliefs, you know, I'm not going to be cussing in my videos. I'm not going to be, you know, other people might in the video, but I'm not going to be doing those things, because at the end of the day, I believe that you have your core beliefs, other people have their core beliefs, and then those things kind of just have to intermingle. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just pretend that they don't exist. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
And that's to me, I've done Christian films, I've done currently one and I'm working on another one pretty soon. When I do these films, I always consider the fact that there's people out there that don't believe what I believe, and there are people out there that do. I have to make sure that I show love. I live by this code: love the person, hate the sin. You don't want to condemn a person for doing this. So, if I'm judging this person for something they did, I should have 5 fingers or 4 fingers pointing back at me. Is that how it goes? When you point at someone, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you? Something like that.
I think it's 8 fingers.
27 fingers.
Yeah.
Something like that, where, you can't just look at this person as someone different. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We can't just condemn them. And that's what I think people fear about us. They think that we're going to be these Bible bashers that are going to be, if you do not do this, then we hate you, which should never be the case.
Yeah.
And when you watch RobaFett's channel or
tough.
my channel, if you watch any of our channels and our beliefs offend you in any way, we apologize, but we are still going to live the way we want to live, and you can still live the way you want to live. That's the freedom of choice. You can do whatever the heck you want. And
yeah, I mean, that's fine. You don't have to watch it, It's
and that's what's great about
if you want to not like me because I'm a Christian, that's your choice, and that's something I'm perfectly willing to live with. So,
and these YouTubers that I've been watching recently, there's these YouTubers called Sunday. Have you heard of him?
No,
he used to do Minecraft.
I remember you were talking about Corey Kenshin, but
I'm getting to him, but Sunday used to do Minecraft videos, and now he's doing Fortnite videos. Just to keep his channel alive. Basically, he did a thing where his wife him and his wife got into a huge argument. Then 2 months later, he does another video where he's in Canada, and you think the worst is possibly going to happen for him. And then he comes back 5 months later, and he's a Christian, and God just fixed his marriage. And then you got this other YouTuber, Corey Kenshin, who... he doesn't curse during his videos. He doesn't do anything that he does all the censorships like we do. And then he does the coolest thing I've ever seen. He puts a Bible verse at the end of his videos before it all ends. So there's popular Christian YouTubers out there.
That's something I've often toyed with doing. I just didn't ever really know if it would fit at the end of my videos, because I could have the most offensive thing ever happen in one of my videos and then have a Bible verse right afterwards. People are gonna be like, what is it? So hopefully people will watch this and know that about me.
Lord, forgive me. I am so sorry.
This podcast is going to go over a little bit longer, but I'm sorry. I still want to keep talking. I
love talking to you, man. I want to keep doing it.
Yeah, I didn't plan for it to go over this long, but you just never know what's going to happen. But so you mentioned that God, you think God helped his marriage or saved his marriage. So how do you know, or that happened, or is that something he just said? Or
what's crazy about it is you don't really know, because the way he lives his life, I've watched him ever since I was a kid. I've seen how he used to live his life. He used to curse. He used to, do all this stuff with these other YouTubers and whatnot. And then he, slowly begins to improve his life, where he's cussing less. He's living a bit better. He's got a wife and a son. And then he's even, confessed to his audience that he is a Christian. But when this whole thing happens with him and his wife, he's in tears. He's broken. And he takes the opportunity to give himself completely over to God. And he announces that to millions of people. And then comes back in Canada and tells himself that, this is, something that I'm really doing. I'm doing a lot of soul searching. And then he comes back and his marriage has been fixed and everything. And you're thinking, oh, that's so great. God fixed his marriage. But what blows me away is a couple of more weeks or months, I can't remember when these videos were posted, so don't quote me on this. He posts a video talking about his religion and the difference of heaven and hell and why you should believe in God. You know, not to condemn people, but just to make people think. You know, and he's doing this in front of millions of people. He knows that this is something that could really, you know, offend people. But there's just something on his heart that is telling him to do this. And this is, you know, just watching those couple of videos shows me that his works, he has really committed a real change in his life. You know? So that right there proves it to me.
Yeah, and I that's definitely something I would emphasize, especially with that, is that he has had a change in his life, but I don't want to like assume that like his life like is like so great now or anything, because I feel like a lot of people try to tell people that when they're like, I gave my life to Christ and now my life's the best ever, and
it's
just
absolutely
like,
not.
No,
in fact, sometimes it gets even harder. Sometimes
they're not being real. That's the problem a lot of people have. They're not being real. Now, do I personally believe that God probably had a hand in fixing his relationship? Yes, or you know, especially helping things, because it's the core values that you start to live with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good values about how to treat another person, and that's definitely going to help with something like a marriage. So I could definitely see that happening, but I just don't want. I hate it when people are like. It's like watching that one guy like Benny Hinn when he's like on like the stage and he's like a person like walks up and they're like stumbling all over the place, or they're in a freaking wheelchair or something. He's like, and like smashes them on the face, and they're like, oh my god, I can walk now. Wow, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I've seen that. Oh my goodness, I got this funny story to tell you. Oh my goodness. So I was at Dollywood one time with me and my grandparents, and I had a mosquito bite on my arm. Now I have allergic reaction to mosquito bites sometimes, where they'll swell up really big. And those same types of people are giving out bracelets to little bitty children. They're just trying to do generous work. They think I have a tumor on my arm, and they pat me on the arm going, Lord, heal this, and, you know, doing all this stuff to it. And I'm just like, ma'am, that's just a mosquito bite.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you believe in God, you believe in prayer and stuff like that. But it's just like, I think God also just wants you to use common sense.
Yeah, you know.
I really think that God wants you to use common sense. You know what I mean?
Bad things are here because, think about it like this. If bad things never did happen, we wouldn't know what good is. You have to have bad to know what good is. You have to have good to know what bad is. You just can't have one without the other, and it's going to rain on both the just and the unjust. So you got like what that verse is basically saying is, whether you believe in Jesus or not, bad things are going to happen. So it doesn't get easier when you're a Christian, and it doesn't make our lives better. If anything,
it gets a little bit. It can get a little bit harder because it does. It can be
get harder,
especially nowadays. It can be a controversial thing.
It can be. Yeah, it really can be. If you are not a Christian and you're watching this right now and you don't believe us, you're thinking that we're just a bunch of hypocrites, ask someone who is a Christian. They will confirm it. That sometimes life does not get easier.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, I struggle to uphold my beliefs on a daily basis. Even like before filming this podcast, I am by no means a model Christian, I guess is what you would say. I you know what I mean? I don't think there are any of those, but I'm definitely, if there was one, it's definitely not me.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I feel that. I feel you, man. I really do. It's not easy, and it's never gonna get easy.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, obviously, you know, I mean, I guess I'll just close that topic by saying that, you know, I am a Christian, is what I believe, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be pushy or any of that. And especially for any future people that do come on the podcast, if you want to come on here and say whatever you want, like I said, I love talking to people, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, as grimy as it needs to get. Don't hold back just because.
Yeah, don't hold back at all.
Or don't think, oh well, I can't get on there and say certain things, because you can. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
and
fine.
like what RobaFett's trying to do here is he's just trying to get smaller channels, and we all stand together to make, you know, more publicity for our own channels, not only for his but for ours as well. You know, just to get our name out there. And if we all small channels band together, we're gonna get bigger. That's just the way it's always been. More people working together, we get stronger for it.
Yeah.
And
Well, another thing
different.
is, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to just talk to other people that were making that are at the similar stage of Matt, that are making things and just getting different perspectives on that as well.
Yeah.
Which is that'll be a good transition to get back into YouTube real quick. So yeah. So I think we are going to come to a close here. And Ninja Bois, so what can people expect from your channel coming up? What's going on?
Is we're going to be working on rebranding the Dimension Jumpers, because when we first filmed it, we had an idea for having a bunch of our friends come together and make something great. But now,
so for people who don't know, what is the Dimension Jumpers?
The Dimension Jumpers is a show where me and my friends have an idea that we want to do for, like, how do I put this in a way where I'm not spoiling it? We're redoing everything. It's not like what we did all those years ago. We're redoing everything. We're having new characters, new powers, new everything. It's a series about friendship and how even through the toughest times, even if you feel like you're on your own, you know, just need to look back and see that there's still people that support you and help you through these rough times and get through it. And then when they all come together, you're stronger together with all your friends, because that's the way my channel's always been. If you're doing it solo, it's much harder. When you got your friends together, it's so much more easier and more enjoyable. And that's the way the Dimension Jumpers is as a series. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way we're going to push for it forward. We're also wanting to make a how to make fun of series with Wesley Weasel. And spoiler alert, we're going to be doing a topic of how to make fun of ASMRs without trying to offend people. But also, like what we did with the fidget spinner video, where Wesley gets tackled by my little brother and screams, "Give me my gun! Give me my gun!"
You know, Ninja Bots, it's okay to offend people sometimes. It's okay. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, if you're gonna, I'm just telling you, if you want to get in the racket I'm in, if you're gonna be, the best way to go about it is to just kind of make fun of yourself a little bit, because you want people to know that you don't take yourself seriously or think you're better than anybody. But at the same time,
yeah, I'd never take myself seriously.
Yeah, and I you know, if I ever come off in my videos as a prick or something, like, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's not my intention. But when you're making fun of something, you know, or just pretty much anything you do, you could get in front of your camera and not do anything. You just sit and glare, and you could gaze into the lens, and it would offend somebody somewhere. So, you know, you guys, I feel like you just got to be okay with offending people, especially when it comes to ASMR, because there's just like a following of ASMR. I mean, if there wasn't, there wouldn't be all these popular channels, you know, like that Gibby ASMR girl and stuff, and all these cosplay girls.
You and me need to work on it together. You and me, we just need to work on how to make fun of ASMRs. I just love that. Get all my YouTube friends together and just make fun of ASMR.
All sounds like super exciting things. So if you want to see Ninja Bois punch a dolphin, then definitely go check him out. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description box. He will also be up in the cards, and on the end of the video here, you will have a button to subscribe to his channel. So please go check him out. And I just want to thank you guys, especially if you've gotten to this point in the podcast, if you've listened to all of our rants and raves, and you've gotten to this hour and 20 minutes of the podcast. We really appreciate you guys. God bless you all. Stay awesome. Stay beautiful. and I will see you in the next video. Hey there guys, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Mystery Sounds for creating the Hidden Influencers icon. So if you ever need any graphic design or anything here on YouTube, please be sure to check him out. He was in the first episode. Also be sure to check that episode out. It was a great episode. And if you guys liked today's episode, well, don't forget to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one.